Hello, this is Jim. This is episode 2 of Where Are the Volts? I'm at the Orange County Auto Show. I wasn't able to find any Volts on the street, so I guess they're not yet out in the public so you can buy one. But I'm hoping there'll be at least a prototype of the Volt here, and I'm also I've heard some things about the Leaf, which is a Nissan car, and I have to tell you folks, I heard some pretty interesting things about that. I'm concerned that maybe GM might be having some stiff competition from Nissan, so I'm gonna check that out. Also, Dave's not here again. I couldn't get him to get off it. I couldn't induce him to come down to the auto show, so I'm gonna have to do my own camera work again. So that's great. So that figures. So anyway, I'm just gonna go into the auto show and see what I can see, and see if I can find a Volt. And maybe I will look at the Leaf too. Yeah. Do you know if you guys have the Volt down here? Oh, okay. Great. Man knows where it is. Thank you very much, sir. I'm just doing a little video. Oh, here we go. You got a pretty girl. Oh, wow. She is very pretty. And she's going to tell us all about the Volt.
Propel the wheels at all times and at all speeds.
Oh, cool.
We originally unveiled the Volt in 2007 at the Detroit International Auto Show as a concept vehicle. The vehicle you see here is a pre-production model. As you can see, its design is absolutely stunning. It's also extremely aerodynamic. In fact, this is one of the most aerodynamic vehicles General Motors has ever built in their history.
Cool.
Our engineers have spent hundreds of hours with the Volt in a wind tunnel testing and refining it to ensure that it would, in fact, again, deliver up to
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Volt is going to look like.
So very quickly, let me point out some
My
of the
first Volt. I
aerodynamic
have never
features.
seen one
For
before.
example, up front, you'll
Oh, I'm following the yellow brick road. I'm off to see the Leaf, the wonderful Leaf of Nissan. I have to tell you folks, I don't mean to be jingoistic, but as an American I would prefer that that Chevy, outproduce Nissan in regards to electric cars. But I've heard talk, and I can't verify this, but I've heard talk that this is going to be the first mass-produced electric car, but then I've heard talk that it isn't, so I've heard two different things, two different stories. There's a film crew here. May I walk in your path? Okay. Okay, this is it, I guess. It looks like an electric car, seems to be plugged in. See if this is the Leaf. Good-looking young man explaining all the features of the car. Oh, 100% electric, zero emission. That's impressive because now the Volt has some gasoline component, and that's why people are calling it a hybrid. This is not a hybrid, and frankly, I think hybrid is not the right term for a Volt because it's, as that young lady previously stated, that the gasoline engine is only meant to charge the battery after you drive it for 40 miles. So the Volt is virtually an electric car, but this is completely an electric car. And I have to tell you folks, I didn't even know of its existence when I made episode 1 on the Volt. That's how much of a babe in the woods I am. Okay, I'm outside the convention center. I'm going home. I guess the show is over for me because I was only interested in the electric cars, and there's only 2 electric cars there. There's one from Nissan and one from Chevy. All the other manufacturers, I guess, are not interested in producing electric cars at this time. A lot of people say, well, there's a reason why electric cars aren't going over bigger than they are in this country, is because people don't want them, and that's That's probably true, but while that is true, most people do not want an electric car. However, one of the reasons they don't want it is because it hasn't been sold to them. The few times that they have been manufactured, no demand was created for them simply because they weren't advertised. When Chevy came out with the EV1, they had one commercial, which they only aired once. Now, how does that create any demand for a product when you only show a commercial one time on television? For there to be a demand for a product, you have to create it, you have to sell it to people. And if you make no attempt or very few attempts to sell it, there will be no demand for it and people will not want it. You just have to make people want it. People don't know what they want, and you have to educate them on it. And that's one of the reasons why there's so little demand, I guess, in this country for an electric car. One of the reasons. Well, this is Jim signing off.